Alright, Chase Lee Hockey here, Blue Futon movie, one of two for the night. It's kind of a late one. Anyway, so this one is called The Forge. So this is a Christian movie about a young man who starts off, I want to say cynical, but just, mad at the world, angry, and then he slowly meets these other people in this Forge group. First off, Mr. Moore of this fitness company, and he learns to love Jesus and forget, and just try to have a good life overall. So, Christian movie, people are like, is it preachy? Is it preachy? Is it preachy? Yes. Preachy might be the wrong word, but it's a faith-based movie where it talks a lot about Jesus, a lot about faith, but there's absolutely no church in this movie. I found that very interesting. There's talks of church, talks of prayer, and they show prayer, and they show, passion and commitment, but there's no church. I found that interesting. There's something at the very end where it's like they call it lukewarm churchgoers. And I found that interesting where, how Jesus disciples, because the whole thing is disciple of the Forge in this movie, and how even back in the day, yes, there were places of worship, but they never were always there. They worship also outside the church, and so I found that very interesting that this movie does it. Can you say some of the things in this movie are easy? Yes, or it kind of is like flip of a switch where, sometimes, like the Greg Kinnear one that happened like 10 years ago, like, sometimes you want a dilemma, you want a roadblock. Here, the roadblocks were very minimal, and when they were very simple to get across the finish line. However, it's still a great message. It's filmed extremely well, great acting, it looked good. It's a solid movie experience. A lot of people are crying in this movie. I just think it's a movie that some people need, not because if they're religious or not, but it's just about feeling good. And the cynicalness in the world is there, and this movie kind of takes it away. So when I was in that movie for 2 hours, I was thinking about what's going to happen to me like in November or October when I go to France, and I will cry. I'm going to have a very tough time for those 10 days. But, sometimes you need to get out of your comfort zone, and this movie does talk about that and giving up things. So overall, The Forge, I think if you're going to watch this movie, but if you don't think you're going to watch it because of the messaging and what the movie portrays, I invite you to open your heart and mind to actually try to experience it. Chase Lock here at the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. One of the things, Blue Futontopia. You Blue Futonians, thank you for watching. Great night. Watch Stage tomorrow week from now on. Uniform, one of you. And the next is the Crow 4DX. Scooby-Doo-Doop.